So I used to be a fan of PewDiePie. Can't really say that I am one anymore, which I'll get into more later, but I really enjoyed his latest video on forced positivity. Because I fucking hate naive, senseless optimism. It is directly detrimental to the development of civilization as we know it. The only way that you can improve on the bad things is by focusing on them to begin with. So people who are scared by negativity fucking sicken me. They're weak, pathetic, and useless to society as a whole. Take a quick look at this brilliant point that he brought up.
The tyranny of positivity was what a friend of mine called it. She recently died of cancer, and what she meant was if being in remission was just a matter of positive thinking, then all her friends in her breast cancer support group would be alive today. That's dark. By sending out the message that our thoughts are responsible for creating our health, well-being, and reality, we are overvaluing the power of our thoughts while making people feel culpable when something bad happens to them. The last point I feel really strongly about, which is, and it's the same for this person, it made me really glad that I read this from someone else for the first time. Emotions like sadness, guilt, grief, and anger are beacons for our values. We don't get angry about stuff we don't care about. We don't feel sad or guilty about stuff we don't care about. If we push these emotions away, we are choosing not to learn about ourselves. We're choosing to ignore our values and what is important to us. And when we tell ourselves to think positive and push negative or difficult emotions aside, it won't work. It doesn't work. It's because it's fake. I'm not telling you don't go and be happy, and I'm not going to pretend like I know what will make anyone happy if you want to be happy. And if you're struggling with happiness, just know that you're not the only one. It's fine. It's fine not being happy all the fucking time. I don't think that's reasonable.
Okay, so that's all fine and dandy, but the rest of the video is just fucking aggravating. It's blatant hypocrisy. Take a look.
People, other YouTubers forcing positivity, it's so transparent to me what they're doing. It doesn't bother me that the fact that people are doing it. I think it's just knowing why they're doing it. They're forcing positivity to get views on YouTube. And if you think about that, that's pretty fucked up. I think a lot of teens are watching YouTube, and I think we all know what it's like to be a teenager. It's a tough period for fucking everyone. As a teenager, you're drawn to watching someone else being positive as a fly to light, pretty much. It bothers me because they're preying on people who are already weak to get views on YouTube. I don't like that. You might be fine with it, but I think it's stupid. And I think it's doing more harm than good. All these Hollywood movies, all these stories that are fiction, it's not representative of reality. And seeing YouTubers applying the same thing for their personal gain, I think it's kind of gross.
Yeah, it is fucked up. So why don't you apologize to your fans? Why don't you acknowledge that you were a greedy cunt who contributed to this problem? The entire video is PewDiePie criticizing other people for something he's done himself, but without ever truly taking accountability. You're basically talking about this issue as if you weren't part of the equation.
Now, if you watch my older videos, I might seem a lot happier. I might seem a lot chipper, a lot more positive. And that's because I faked it. I thought that for people to want to watch my videos, I would have to be happy. I would have to force positivity. And I think it's safe to say it worked. I think a lot of people on YouTube are drawn to positivity, and I think a lot of YouTubers are aware of this. But the thing that I realized after doing YouTube for 2 years, forcing positivity is fucking exhausting. There were times where I recorded myself playing video games, absolutely hating the game, and just forcing that I would enjoy it. Just pretending that I'm having fun. Pretending that this game that I'm playing isn't actually a piece of shit. And when I see other people, other YouTubers forcing positivity, it's so transparent to me what they're doing. It bothers me because they're preying on people who are already weak to get views on YouTube. I don't like that.
You literally admit to being a fake piece of shit, but without actually saying it out loud. And your fans are so fucking dumb that they're completely buying it, because none of the comments are addressing this. Dude, that's the reason I still watch your videos. You're honest to you and your bros, and you got the balls to be yourself. Keep it going, Pewds. I really enjoy your new content, Pewds. You feel a lot more honest and entertaining this way. Yeah, it's really honest of this guy to fake happiness for years on end. To fake passion and engagement, and then give other people shit for doing the same. Really honest. You know what really bugs me though? Nobody forced you to make 2 videos a day for 5 years straight. Nobody forced you to fake passion and happiness. You chose to sell yourself out because you knew it was the right way to make money. And you did all this while at the same time adamantly claiming that I love making videos. I don't care about the money and the subs. I really don't care. I really don't care. All I want to do is make my subs happy.
I really think that money doesn't make you happy. It seems like the whole world cares more about how much money I make than I do myself. I just want to make entertaining videos.
Clearly that was a crock of shit, wasn't it? You've been lying to people for years. And this is the same people that you acted like you cared about. And now you're gonna give other people shit for doing the same? What your audience doesn't realize is just how much you've exploited them. You've already made millions and millions of dollars by being a poser. So it's really comfortable that you'd make an honest video like this now, when you're already financially set for life. It's really convenient.
Don't get me wrong though, I think there's people on YouTube that are genuinely just positive people. And there's nothing wrong with that. But kind of like when you make it part of your merchandise, it kind of changes things, doesn't it?
Yeah, because you totally didn't make it part of your image to be the upbeat, positive guy who just wants to spread joy.
I think the reason why it bothers me so much is because it's fake. It's just clearly fake. You're forcing positivity. It's not real.
Yeah, kinda like you did.
It might be just a personal thing, but I value honesty more than I don't know, happiness, I guess.
That's obviously complete bullshit. And you literally ruined all of your old videos by admitting to this shit. You know, something that I always enjoyed about PewDiePie is that he always seemed genuine. He's not a fucking rocket scientist, okay? But he's an entertainer, he was entertaining, and he seemed real. That factor doesn't exist anymore. All you can think now when watching his old shit is, oh wow, this isn't real at all. He's absolutely hating all of this shit. And you can't enjoy that. Because it's fucking pathetic. Who would do a thing like that?
I think it's kind of gross. And I just wanted to give my 2 cents on it. Do you agree with me or do you disagree? Let me know in the comments. And I don't know if this is the kind of videos I'm really meant to be making.
Actually, it is. This is the first video of yours I've enjoyed in a very long time because it's such an important message that directly ties in with the well-being of the average person, the stigma around mental illness, and really society as a whole. And you're clearly insecure. You clearly don't understand the power of your own platform. You reach millions of people on a daily basis. You have this amazing opportunity to turn them on to new perspectives and new ideas. Why don't you do that more? I know you don't like drama, but perhaps you should realize that the only way to say something which truly matters is by pissing someone off. I mean, my channel is pretty small compared to yours, and yet I get tons of messages from young people saying that I made them interested in politics when they weren't before. Do you realize how fucking important that is? I'm essentially contributing to creating vigilant citizens who actively engage in democracy and make sure to seek out information. I'm creating informed citizens who want to shape society and the world around them. And you can do that too. And I'm not saying that you need to pick sides with a presidential candidate or some shit like that. But maybe you should start talking more about things that are actually important. You don't have to be super educated on something in order to talk about it. You can just express whatever thoughts you have, ask people what they think, and then perhaps find a way to grow through their perspectives as well. I mean, let's be honest, your channel is a bad fucking joke at this point. You're either doing these pointless vlogs with nothing profound to say, of which there are already thousands on YouTube, so you're not really filling out a market there, or you're doing these weird humor videos that just aren't funny. It's like a shitty diet version of Filthy Frank. It's like you're imitating The Voice and trying to be random and edgy, but it just ends up dry in the bad type of way, you know what I mean? It's like when you hang out with a group of people and there's this dorky fuck in the corner trying to make everyone laugh by being silly. But he has no direction with what he's doing. He's just trying in any desperate way possible. And it's just really bad. And let me tell you this much though. The only reason this shit is working for you, the only reason you still got people telling you that you're funny and sticking around and whatnot, is because they're either women or fags. And you a fine motherfucker. You know? You a good looking man, Felix. You'd be really popular up in the pan, you feel me? That's why you get away with it. And I don't care if you got millions of people telling you otherwise, okay? There's like this old commercial catchphrase. If you want to sell a product, it goes something like, can 1 million people really be wrong? Well, 1 million people can definitely be fucking retards. The absolute majority of YouTube content is mindless entertainment. It's fucking oversaturated. There's so much of that shit. People who have something smart to say or something profound to say are definitely in the minority there. Okay, so there needs to be more of a balance there. If you want to do these pointless entertainment videos, fine, do them. But why not do some serious videos as well? I mean, one does not have to exclude the other. When you did a video on how the media works and how they choose to label people as racist, it changed something. Everybody hates journalists. And here's a huge YouTuber calling them out on their bullshit. It is important that young people get to see that, so they're not misled by the media. And I fucking know that you're pro Gamergate, okay? I know that you don't want radical feminists fucking up video games. I know you're not a fan of social justice warriors, and you're most likely not a fan of political correctness. So why not talk more about that shit? Because these are things that are just ruining society. They're fucking up all the fun for everyone else. They're ruining people's lives. Why not talk about that? I know that you just look at yourself as the chilled out nice guy, but that's actually a political stance in and of itself. But hey, all I'm saying is that the only thing that your video needed was for you to have the balls to be self-critical and humble. The entire video would have been different if you just went, hey guys, I'm sorry for being a fucking poser all these years. This is why I did what I did. And here's why I decided to change for the better. That would have changed the entire dynamic. That's all I'm saying. Everyone fucks up and people mature. So maybe show your audience that it's okay to make mistakes instead of trying to cover up your own.